I'm going to give you 10 steps on how to start a worm bin really easy. So enjoy the video! The first thing you're going to have to do is decide how many worms you want to start with, because when you first start off, you're going to need between 1,000 to 2,000 worms to get your worm bin started if you get red wigglers. There's red wigglers, African night crawlers, European night crawlers, and blue worms. And those are the type of worms you can use for composting. So first of all, think about what type of worms you're going to use. Number 2, you're going to have to get 2 totes. Wash them out with warm soapy water, and then you're going to drill holes in the top for air and the bottom for drainage. Get your drill, use a small bit so that way worms won't escape from the bottom of out of your bin, and drill a few holes again once again for drainage. And this one I drilled about 8 little holes for the drainage. And now I'm going to put holes in the lid for air. So I'm going to swap over to a larger size drill bit.
Three, 2, 1.
There we go. Sorry about the minor delay, but things happen. And one of your lids, like I said, for airflow. It doesn't have to be perfect. There's a few holes in it for the air. And what I'm going to do is make sure I dump this debris out so that won't be inside of my worm bin. And now when you have your holes drilled out, the next thing you're going to do is stack your bins together. The first bin does not have any holes in it. And what you're going to want to do also is add something inside your bin that will allow the other bin to be raise up a few inches to allow drainage if you have drainage in your worm bin. So what you do, I got 4 rocks in there. You put your bin with the holes drilled in the bottom on top of the next bin. And then the next step is that you add your wet newspaper. And what I have is newspaper and cardboard, and I use a shredder. So you add about 3 to 4 inches of your bedding. And then you wet it down to the consistency of a wrung out sponge. So I have a sprayer that I'm going to be using. Like I said, you get it to the consistency of a wrung out sponge. What you're going to want to do now is get some compost or a little bit of dirt to get the microbes and the helpful bacteria started. So apply this into your worm bin. Add yourself some grit. It could be used coffee grounds or some grounded up eggshells. But for the coffee grounds and the eggshells, you don't need a lot of grit, but apply that into your bin as well. And what you want to do is add a small amount of food scraps and bury them. The next thing you want to do is add some wet newspaper on top for the cover sheets, so the worms will have a dark environment. Wet it down as well to the consistency of a wrung out sponge. And after your 4 days is around, go ahead and add your worms to the worm bin. You'll be good to go. Check on them about every week or two. You won't have any problems. But I highly recommend you guys and gals checking out these other videos on a book about worms, 4 types of composting worms, and just other things about worms. If you like this content, all I ask is that you subscribe to my channel, like the video, share it to other people that might be interested in becoming a worm farmer, and you guys have a great day. Bye.